Hopefully that was helpful. What we're going to do in this next section is then, this section also asks us to graph y squared is equal to f of x. Now, y squared is equal to f of x. This is actually quite easy. If you can get the square root part, this is actually quite easy. Now, if we were solving for x squared is equal to a number, for example, what we have to do is we take the square root of 1, but we put a plus and minus at the front because we're solving x squared is equal to that. We had a look at that when we were looking at circles, and we were talking about the radius, and we were solving for a radius, and we had to put plus or minus. Now, y is not a distance or length, it's actually a function. So here, when we're doing this y squared is equal to f of x, it's actually going to be, what we want to do is draw the graph of plus or minus square root of f of x. What this means is basically, we draw the square root function of f of x, draw this, and then we flip it about the x-axis, so flip it on the other side and mirror image it, and just add that on top. That's all we do. So that's what I think this this box is going to tell us. So when we sketch y squared is equal to f of x from the sketch of y is equal to f of x, what we do is delete. So same steps as before. Delete everything below the x-axis. Sketch y is equal to f of x, and then duplicate below the x-axis by reflection. That's all we do. So let's have a go at applying this. Now, this is the same diagram that we did before. We actually sketched this one, and let's put it onto the graph. So we had x-intercept at -4, -2. We had wherever it's equal to 1, we're going to have the same points equal to at those points. That top point where it was equal to 4 is going to now become 2 because we took the square root of it, and we have a horizontal asymptote at y is equal to 2 at that point as well. And so the graph actually looks something like this. Kind of goes above it, then below, and then at 2, below the original graph, above it, and below, above it, and then below. Now, when we're trying to draw y squared is equal to f of x, all we do is take this graph and flip it along the x-axis. So we're going to flip it. So here, this +2, when I flip it along the x-axis, goes to -2. This point at -1, 1 goes to -1, -1, and on the other side, 1, -1. And so I'm just going to duplicate the same graph, but flipped about the x-axis. So here, going to be like this. Going to go like, oh, hang on, let me try that pit again. Boop. Going to go like this. Going to go down, back to here. Going to be above. Oh, I'm trying really hard to do this. Above there. Back up. Oh, and I forgot about 3. Whoops. 3 has that 1 point as well. Okay, -1. And then it's going to go towards 2. So on the other side, basically we flip it and we get the mirror image and we just add that together. And basically all we do is just this whole thing that we have here is the graph of y squared is equal to f of x. We add the positive side and the negative side together. Okay.